All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome, happy Monday. I thought we'd start off Monday with a little bit of a debate topic here because I know you guys love making comments on these videos, good or bad, and that's cool. Whether you agree or disagree, today we're going to talk about something that may grab your attention. I do a lot of helping with people planning their future. A lot of our clients that they have investment accounts with us. We also help them sort of strategize for the future. We use Nest Egg. We're actually looking at maybe using a different one coming up here in the future, but we use that product to help you kind of see if you keep investing so many dollars and you have a 401k, you've got all this stuff going on. What about Social Security? Will that help you out? And if so, how much money will it be? We use all these different estimates to sort of help you get a good range of what to expect in your Social Security. Now, a lot of customers will say, I'll say, hey, do you want to plan for Social Security? Do you want to add that into your retirement mix? And most people say, no, don't worry about it. It's not going to be there for me anyways. A lot of people say, no, it's bankrupt, right? Social Security is just not going to be there for me. And I always ask the question back, why do you say that, right? If I post a video online and I say, according to a study, this and this and this happened, you guys ask me for my sources, right? And I try to put them all in the links below if it's an article or something. And of course, if it's an article, I'll give credit to the author. But a lot of people say that, right? Because you want verification that what I'm saying is true. So I always ask people, Social Security is going to be bankrupt, huh? Okay. What source do you have? Where did you hear that from? What makes you believe that Social Security is really not going to be there for you? Because I happen to disagree. And so the answer tends to be, well, Hillary Clinton said that. Donald Trump said that. John Boehner said that back a couple years ago. The Treasury Secretary keeps saying that. And so when they say that, realize that's a political talking point. Do you notice how we only talk about abortion, equal rights, Social Security, really, the focus on the economy, all kinds of different things. Social Security, of course, is one of them, but it only happens during election season, and then all of a sudden it just kind of goes away. Nobody cares about abortion anymore. Nobody cares about gay rights. All of a sudden it's like this quiet thing. Now, whether you agree or disagree with any of that doesn't matter, but the Social Security one is based on fact. Okay, so every time, we just did a class this weekend for our customers about budgeting big ticket items. Thank you so much, by the way, for the compliments. Tons of compliments, by the way. If you missed the class, be sure to check your email. You have links to the short videos that we did, so you don't have to watch the whole class if you don't want to, but you also have the long class as well. But we based that whole class based on facts. It was not my opinion that things should be done a certain way. I just said, hey, if you do it this way, this is how you'll end up. So Social Security is going to be there for you, okay? So Social Security themselves have admitted we are not going bankrupt. You can look it up on their website. I'll go through a few stats for you. They did a snapshot. Every month they do a snapshot of Social Security. You can go on their website and check it out. As of April 2018, 62.3 million people are receiving Social Security benefits. 43 million of them are officially retired, meaning they use that money and a 401k or whatever else they may have to sustain themselves, right? They don't have a job, whether it's part-time or full-time. 43 million people are officially drawing from Social Security, and out of that, this part's a little sad, 62% of them say they rely on Social Security for at least half of their income. Do you know what the average payment is right now for Social Security? I'm going to put it up on the board. I'm going to put it in red too. $14.11 a month is what the average Social Security payment is right now. That's tough. If you're relying on that for half of your income, well, first of all, you can keep relying on it. It's going to be there for you. That, again, not opinion, straight fact. Okay, but to rely on that for half of your income in retirement, not cool. Now, if you're in your 20s and 30s and you're like, damn, 14.11, that's half of it. If I can get the other 14.11 somewhere, that might be cool. When you get older, things start breaking down, right? You got to start buying yourself diapers, and so it gets a little tougher to live on that kind of money. So we definitely don't want to live off of that, okay? Now, what's interesting is that Gallup, if you're familiar with Gallup, that's my source for this study, they did a poll, and the poll was sent to people that were not retired, meaning they had not collected Social Security, they did not stop working yet, they are still young enough to work and not collect Social Security. 84% of them said they will be relying on Social Security but over half of them said they don't expect it to be there. What kind of a poll is that where you allow somebody to have that answer? But despite that, 84% of people are going to rely on Social Security. Now, Social Security has admitted, now this is where the words become important here, because the media will say bankrupt, but Social Security is saying a different word. They're being straight up with you with the numbers. In 2022, they said they will be paying out more than they are bringing in benefits. They will have brought in a total of $3 trillion in excess cash, and they expect to only have 12 years until they deplete that $3 trillion. Okay? Now, what happens after that is the argument. People think that what Social Security said is, oh my God, in 2034, Social Security is bankrupt. That's not what they said. They said that they'll bring in a certain amount and they're going to have to pay out slightly more than that certain amount. They're going to keep bringing in money, by the way. But what they're telling us is they need to make adjustments. Okay, so they're telling us that it's not a matter of them surviving. It's a matter of them sustaining the current levels that they're at. They need help. That's what they want to talk with. So they've even said specifically that Social Security, as it's designed right now, cannot go bankrupt. We've got some problems on the horizon, but that it can't go bankrupt. They said that. That's their math model. That's what they've figured out. You might disagree with them, but what they're telling you is we have enough money. We're going to run into a little problem. We need to make some adjustments. So what they're going to start doing, if you're following this in politics and everything, they're going to start saying, hey, wait a minute. How about if you're a married couple, your husband and wife, husband dies, but the husband made more money over the long run, how about the spouse not being able to collect the husband's Social Security? How about the spouse, the wife, collecting on her own? Because a lot of times, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but if you're married over so many years and the wife stays home, way back in the day, the wife would just stay home, she didn't work. So Social Security said, that's not fair. Because she wants to stay home with the kids, she should be able to collect the husband's Social Security if he dies. And that's still a rule today. So that's a rule that they're going to look at and say, well, women are working more. They're going to come out with stats and try to empower women. They're going to say all of this. Totally cool. Maybe that's a fair rule that they can change. I don't really have an opinion on that at the moment, but that's something that they're going to look at and know how they'll do it. They're going to start making you feel like you don't need this rule. No, that's no problem. Women are working. They're working. They're making more. They're making more. They're making more. Glass ceiling, all those key words, they're going to use that to take away that rule. That will help. Okay, so like it or not, they're going to have to eventually phase that out. Also, the deal where kids, when a parent dies and the kid gets the Social Security until they turn 18, that's got to stop too. Okay, so those are the things you're going to see in the news now. Not that they're going bankrupt, but that they need to make changes. You see how Washington always does this? They'll say, North Korea, we're going to bomb the hell out of them. That guy's a crazy rocket man, whatever it is, the words they want to use. And now all of a sudden it's like, we'll meet with them. We'll go ahead. We'll get together. Let's talk this thing out. So they start with the scariest news for the political headlines, and then somehow it all works out. So with Social Security, what they've done is said, bankrupt, gone, has to be privatized, got to get rid of this thing. And now what they're doing is saying, well, actually, if we could just change a few rules and maybe reduce the overall payout, then that's fine. But remember, in Social Security, that's not something the government just says, hey, here you go, you can have it, thanks for being a citizen. What this is you pay in your paycheck. When you get paid, you pay 6.2% of your income to Social Security, and your employer has to pay 6.2% as well. Because of this, that's how you know it won't go bankrupt. That's how you know it's not going anywhere. You may be a conspiracy theorist that says, hey, the government takes in the 6.2 and 6.2, and then they're spending it on a war or something, or they're all putting it in their pockets. You might think that, and that maybe that's happening. We don't know. But the point is, if that is happening, don't they need that money? Why would they take that away? They can't close it down because think about it. That's 12.4% of your paycheck that they're taking from you right now. Okay? So if they just eliminated that, they need that money. The government can't survive without that 12.4%. So that's the way it's going to be for this foreseeable future. And so when you plan for your retirement, if you're one of our customers, I want you to know the exact number you need to be saving for retirement. Then we're going to include Social Security. If you look back on some of the videos where I say, hey, so many dollars a week or so many dollars a month equals this in retirement, we're always saying what Social Security is. We'll say, hey, it's $20,000 a year, $25,000 a year. We're always giving you that because it's going to be there for you. It may be reduced. It may be adjusted, but it's going to be there. So you have to plan on that. And remember, I always say this, if you try to take away Social Security, if someone tries to take that away from Americans, you will see black people instantly get together with white people, instantly get together with Mexicans, instantly get together with gays, transgender, whatever you want to say. Everything that divides the country right now, you will instantly see everybody unite, no matter what your religion is, your age, sex preference, whatever it is, you will see everyone unite. You can't take that away. It would be like immediately unifying the whole country, probably the whole world. So I don't think that happens at all. So now, could you say, Dustin, I plan on saving so much for retirement, but I don't want to include Social Security. I'd like that to be a bonus. If it's there in some reduced amount, then great. All right, I'll use it for something else. You certainly can plan for that with no problem at all. I have no problem with someone saying leave Social Security out, but don't do it because you think it's not going to be there. Okay, so there are that's all I have to say about that. Now, what if you want $1,411 a month and you strongly believe Social Security won't be there? Well, we did some studies for you, so we're going to put it out on the chart here to show you how much you'd need to save to compete with the current average of Social Security. Please, before you say anything, realize these are just raw numbers. This does not include inflation. This is just a fun game that we're going to play here to show you what you can do. If you're 35 years old, we're going to say 35, retire at 65. Okay, that's our first one we'll use here. You have, assuming a 7% return, so we'll do that. Oh boy. Sorry about that. It's Monday. Still learning how to write. 35 years old, you start investing right now. You want the $1,411 a month. You got to put $67 a week away. That's it. Not so bad, right? I think people can do that. If you're 35 years old, you want to retire at 65, you get a 7% return on average. Then $67 a week will equal out $1,411 in retirement. However, you're going to want to put some inflation in there to make sure that $1,411 can buy something when you get to retirement. So if you are 40 years old, let's change the number. Ready? Let's say you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm not 35 anymore. Now I'm 40. Okay? This just shows how much harder it gets, because if you're 40 and you're just getting started, you're at an even 100. So you got to try a little harder. You're going to have to save a little bit more. That's for the $1,411, by the way. So again, include inflation in there. Definitely, you want to, don't just use the raw number. I'm just doing this for fun here. Now let's go back a step. Let's say you're 30 years old. You're a youngin'. You're just getting started here. What do you think if you're 30 years old, you're going to retire at 65, you're going to get an average of 7% return. You've got it easier. $46 a week is all you need for the $1,411 to replace Social Security. Again, bump it up a little bit every year, add inflation in there so you know that you are on track for that. So just wanted to have some fun with that. I really try to keep things positive. So I don't like when people say Social Security won't be there and they have this negative impact. If the studies change, if for some reason the narrative changes, all of a sudden they go, oh my God, we were wrong. If Social Security says, we thought we had all this money, now we don't, and it magically disappears somewhere, then okay, we'll adjust, okay? But in the meantime, save for yourself, invest for yourself, do what's best for you. Check us out at Jazz Wealth if that helps you out in any way, if we can work with you. We're a retirement investing service, right? So if that helps you invest for retirement, check us out. I'll answer some questions since we are doing this live. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Very nice. Thanks, Chan. Perfect. Yeah, financial investor takes the other side of things. Don't count on Social Security. I'm totally cool with that. Like if you want to plan without Social Security, I'm just saying it will be there. And anybody that wants to bet, I will. That'd be fun. That'd be a nice little fun long-term bet. You can't take Social Security away. Did I say government? They can cut it down to being completely useless. LOL. We're going to be in the bank clinic. So, yeah, that is a concern. So, in my opinion, they're going to start with the different sort of benefit portions of it that really don't need to be there. I use the example of the spousal Social Security. I use the example of the kids. That's not really necessary. It's not going to be fun to try to take it away. Politicians are going to have a hard time considering they want to keep their job. But that's really where you're going to have to start. Some of those excess benefits, they're just going to have to go away, like it or not. And unfortunately, most of us are not going to like that. So Very good, very good, very good. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I really appreciate all you guys watching. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm way off base? Do you think Social Security is all but gone? But if you leave that comment, I want to know a stat. I want to know where you found the information that proves Social Security is going to go bankrupt. You can use their website. Social Security actually has a lot of information on their website. But if you think it's going bankrupt, show me exactly where that's going to be the case, and don't show me a political talking point. Not interested in that. By the way, got a bet going on in the office if you want to have some fun, if you're still watching. Tonight's Trump meeting with Kim Jong-un. It should be about 9 o'clock tonight. 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. My bet, I bet in the office that Trump will get up and walk away. We had the bet that it will go smoothly. We had the bet that they will schedule another one and another meeting. We had the bet that the next meeting will be at the White House, and the last one was that Trump will walk away, create so much volatility in this meeting that it'll set us back, and that's what I think. I just happen to think that's his style. I think he's going to get up and walk away. I don't think it's going to go well. Anyways, if you want some interesting TV, grab a cup of coffee tonight, stay up late and watch it. Of course, we will report on this tomorrow as it comes up. I appreciate all of you guys watching. Leave me a comment, let me know, and if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button, little bell up there at the top, let you know every time we go live.